Welcome everyone to the 10th episode of Geeks of the Roundtable. It's another very special episode, and of course I couldn't be alone, especially for this one. It's kind of a anniversary, I guess we'd call that episode. And of course my co-host is here, Zach Pope. How are you doing, my friend?
Dude, I'm doing great. It's back to just being us. We love having guests, but it's also nice, and especially in this week where there is so much to talk about. I mean, dear God, I don't know if we can catch up, Ren. We might just have to straight get into everything because
I know.
this week had, for everything being closed down, there's a lot of fucking news, man. There's a lot of news.
I couldn't agree more. I keep thinking in the days between doing the shows that you and I are going to run out of things to talk about, but we really don't. There's a
know.
news that hit me. To you, it's already happening, but we'll talk about it eventually. That it's great news for me. Uh, but of course, first of all, I wanted to thank everyone who submitted your questions for today's show. That is our main event. That is the last thing we'll talk about, but it's the thing we'll spend most of our time on. And of course, thank you so much to every single person who sent in questions. I can't remember everyone's name, but we got everyone's name noted down with the questions, so we'll be reading it out loud. And again, thank you for submitting them. We couldn't do this main event without you guys. But Zach, let's talk some news, buddy.
Yeah, do you want to start us out, man?
I think I'm going to start us out because I personally, not to be biased or anything, love the name of the topic that I gave to this one. To open up, we need to talk about Spunk, everyone. And
Spunk.
YouTube is immediately demonetizing us, but we're talking about the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters, but the acronym is Red Spunk. And I think it's really fucking stupid. First, it was NBC with our Peacock streaming service, and now we got Spunk all over our face. I hope we have billboards saying, "Get ready to be hit with Spunk."
Yeah.
And that's how they promote it.
Like,
Well,
why
what are
isn't the
your-
peacock saying, "Come and look at our peacock"? Like, that should be their main motto. They're like fucking it up, dude. I read this and said, "You're fucking stupid. You were fucking stupid. You have the easiest name, Spider-Verse.
Amen.
Done, done, done. It's not a mouthful. It's done. Like, what else the fuck do you? The thing about this though, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, Ren. Sony's gonna fuck it up. There's no way.
100%.
There's no way. Like, there's no, because here's what's gonna happen. If Venom 2 does not make if it does not make as much as the first one did or more,
Yeah.
we're never getting Venom 3. Done.
Nope.
Not happening. Morbius. If Morbius does not make over, I would go as far to say 500 million. We don't see ever Morbius again. Never see it again.
I would go with 400 million.
400.
That's
I don't know
my
the budget
minimum.
for that. I don't know the budget.
True.
For it.
We don't know the budget yet.
Let me see if I can look it up. Like, I know Spider-Verse, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Spider-Verse did not win the best animated feature, we would not be getting a sequel.
I absolutely agree. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, no, 100%. There's not a single way that film would be getting a sequel because it made money. It made money,
Yeah.
but I guarantee they did take a loss on it. I really think they took a loss on it. But I think since it got such good reviews, then they're like, okay. But if this next one doesn't make more, we're not getting a sequel.
No. And
So-
and the first one was a moderate hit at best. Unfortunately, it deserved to make make a whole lot more. But
Oh yeah.
dude, as soon as I saw this name, my first thought genuinely was, can they legally call it that? Like, have the name spell out Spunk? Because it reads the same way. So
Yeah.
when people talk about this now, they're having a laugh, like we are right now.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that until you said it. It's presumably $90 million. Morbius is.
Okay, so
So-
maybe 300 million even.
Maybe
is
even
cool.
300, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not including marketing and stuff like
True.
that. So it could still need the 400, 500.
Yeah.
I think 500 is guaranteed that it's a success.
Yes.
But here's the thing, and I'm saying this, I wonder, because obviously, I think it's pretty interesting that like these two films are coming out before the next Spider-Man film,
hmm
and I wonder if they're like, okay, like if these two films don't do good, we'll just keep them in the MCU.
Yeah.
Um,
I think so too.
I still think that they should. Really still think they should just keep him in there, but have like these other things where Tom Holland goes on different adventures, and you see him head into Venom. I wouldn't mind that. I really wouldn't mind that if he goes through a Spider-Verse thing. And I think they've talked about doing Madam Web,
Yeah.
and I think that is a really cool way of introducing this concept, and I actually think they will. I still fully believe that Tom Holland's Spider-Man will stay in the MCU, no matter what. I don't see them taking him out fully. He has to stay in there, in some capacity. We don't know the deal that Marvel has done with him. I think there is some more outlinings that we don't know. I think this is the reason that they're allowed to call it the Spider-Man. What is it? The Spider-Man
The
universe. What is
Sony
it?
Pictures universe of Marvel characters.
Yeah,
Just rolls
see,
off the tongue.
easily, easily, just like Venom, Let There Be Carnage rolls off the tongue. You know, I mean, really don't expect anything better from them after that title. I mean, I'm expecting Morbius 2 to be Morbius sucking the blood, sucking the spunk. That's what it's going to be called,
Sucking
sucking the
the-
spunk. Or the next Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man, like, people don't love the home titles. I do, but we all know the next one's going to be called, like, Spider-Man Home Run.
Yeah, or
We
Home
all know.
Invasion,
Home Invade. I mean, I actually don't mind that one.
Hopeless.
Home Invasion's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
But I'm interested. I'm definitely interested with it. I just need to see, like, we don't know the outline of, like, what's going on. I have a feeling Kevin Feige was like, look, you can reference the movies, you can do whatever you want with your characters. You just, like, when it comes to, like, actual Spider-Man, we're in charge of him.
yeah. I
And
think so too.
I think if you want to bring him to Venom, you can. We'll have those discussions. Again, I don't see them. I want to see Venom, Tom Hardy show up in a MCU film. I actually think the tone of Venom actually fits in there. I think the tone of Venom fits very well in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Just the film's quality didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're right about the tone, but I feel like Feige would feel the same way about bringing in Venom or Morbius or whatever other movies they do, the same way he felt about the Netflix shows.
Yeah.
You know, the Agent Carter and Agents of Shield is different. If he brings anyone into the MCU that was already there, like Jarvis, like in Endgame, or Clark Gregg
Yeah.
back again, or Ailey Hatwell, which he did again, that works. But things that he didn't create, that he was never minimally involved with, I think he backs away. I think he'd want to recast
Hmm.
Morbius or Venom or whatever. And honestly, I wouldn't be mad about it, even though I love Tom Hardy as Venom. He's one of the few things I liked about the
Yeah. I
movie.
wouldn't. I wouldn't like him. I wouldn't mind if they recast it either.
Yeah,
But I also I don't know. We don't know what's happening with these fucking
yeah,
movies. I mean, for all we know, we see Morbius and go, "Holy shit, that was awesome."
exactly. And
And same
the
thing with
name of
Venom
the
2. I mean,
universe, yeah,
I think more people are excited about Venom 2 than they were ever excited about the first one, just because of Andy
yeah,
Serkis.
I agree.
100%. I don't know exactly who wrote the script for Venom 2, but even an okay script can be elevated from a great direction and great performances. So I'm fine. I think the name is fucking stupid. It should have just been called Spider-Verse. I mean that's the easiest way to keep it at.
Yeah, it should be simple titles. By the way, the one who wrote Venom 2 is Kelly Marcel. She wrote, and get ready for this, the Cruella movie that's coming out next year. She
Which I'm
wrote the
actually kind of excited for that.
same. She wrote the first Venom movie, which is like, okay.
Okay.
She wrote, at least partially, because I think there were multiple screenwriters on that one. She wrote 50 Shades of Grey, the first one.
Act the best one, but
Yes.
I wouldn't
Looking on the
blame her
bright
for
side,
that.
yes.
I wouldn't blame her for that one.
But, and this is the one that raises my eyebrow a little bit, because she she wrote it with Sue Smith. She wrote Saving Mr. Banks.
Which is a very well written film. That's a
Yes.
very well written film.
And
I'm
very
also curious
underrated.
who wrote Morbius. I'm gonna read you who wrote Morbius. Holy shit. There are one, two, three, four, five, six people on this. Two on the story, four on the screenplay.
And that tells you all you need to know about Morbius. Woo.
I'm just. Oh, and guess what he wrote? Gods of
Uh,
Egypt, Power Rangers,
hey, Power
The
Rangers was
Last
cool.
Witch Hunter. I like that one. Let's see what the other guy wrote. Gods of Egypt, Power Rangers, and The Last Witch Hunter.
Okay, so
Let's
there
see
are
if
two.
these. Yeah, and I can tell who did the rewrites. Okay, so the rewriter did Iron Man,
Okay.
but he also did Transformers: The Last Night and
Ooh.
Man in Black International.
Oh, Men in Black International.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't know because I know that had script issues too, so I don't know where
Yes.
they came in development for that.
Yeah.
Did they come in before, after? Is this kind of an apology? Hey, come rewrite the script since we fucked you over type thing.
Yeah. Maybe. Could be.
And then the director is Daniel Espinosa, who did Safe House and Life. Life was cool. Safe House
Until
was
the ending.
better. Um,
I actually felt Life was better than Safe House. Not that Safe House
oh
was bad.
really? I like
Yeah.
Safe House more. I like Life. I just don't love it. I don't like the ending either. I think it's
Yeah. The
kind of
ending sucks.
it should have just been a Venom prequel.
you,
I mean, honestly, honestly, it would have made him more money. It would have made way more money.
you know the funny thing, when I saw Life, only afterwards, like 2 3 days after I saw the movie, I realized that everyone was theorizing that it was a Venom prequel.
Really.
Yeah, I
Well,
had
so
no idea.
my friend saw a test screening of it, and he goes, "If this isn't a Venom movie, it's gonna fucking be stupid." He should have told me that, and then it didn't become a Venom. They had to have had discussions, dude.
I
They
think
had
so
to have.
too. And
Like,
eventually they did get Jake Gyllenhaal in a Spider-Man movie.
yeah, that is true. That is true, and he's one of the best villains ever. Do you want to move on? Let's move on to the next thing, man.
Yeah, yeah.
This is something that I'm honestly one part of it I'm excited about and I can see the potential with it. The other part I'm also not. This is obviously going to tie into the Young Avengers with this, and it's Ironheart. Would you probably know more about Ironheart than
Mhm.
I do? So do you want to kind of describe it to the people?
Well, Ironheart in the comics sees a genius young woman who eventually takes over the mantle, not takes over the mental environment, but at the time Tony Stark is going through some issues and he can't quite be the Iron Man that he used to be anymore. So Riri, I think it's Riri
Riri
Williams.
Williams.
Okay,
Yes.
I wasn't sure about the last name, but Riri Williams comes in and she makes herself the new quote unquote Iron Man, being Ironheart. I gotta tell you, that's all about I know the character because I fucking hated it. I fucking hate these arbitrary characters in comics. That the story with Iron Man, with him not being able to be Iron Man anymore, was done. They just stretched it out to, hey, let's introduce this new character that can connect with the younger audiences, and I hated it.
Mhm.
However, I was ready to go on a like 10-minute rant about this, but and let me preface this by saying this is not what they're gonna do. But if Ironheart in the show, instead of being Riri Williams or whoever, is Shuri, that would be amazing. And I would love to see that.
I agree, but they're gonna make Shuri be a. She's gonna get her own Black Panther suit. You already know they
Yes.
will.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited for because that's from the comics and I really like that. I'm actually so I'm with you. I don't love this character. I don't know much about her. From the basic thing, I don't like when they change out characters like this. Just make Riri Williams a different
Yeah.
superhero. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing wrong with her character. It's the fact that why does she have to be the next Iron Man? Why can't she be her own version of a character? You know?
Yeah.
And then there will be the argument, well, she is her own version of Iron Man. But you know, I see her the thing I see here is the inspiration. Like that
Hmm.
she gets inspired and wants to be a hero like Iron Man. I love that concept. And I think it could actually work in the universe we're in now. And I think, I'm not a big fan of the Young Avengers
Me
fucking
neither.
ever. I'm actually okay with them doing her as a Young Avengers.
Okay.
I'm okay with it. Again, Marvel, I trust them. I fully trust them. They've taken
Hmm.
characters that I don't love, like Nebula, and
Hmm.
made me really love them. They've taken characters that say were not the most mainstream and made them mainstream.
Yeah.
So, until they make a piece of shit, I'm not going to be mad about whatever they develop. Would I want something completely different? Absolutely. I mean,
Hmm.
absolutely, I would want something different. But I'm kind of okay with this. Again, I don't. They haven't announced to, but they're planning on going in development next year, which is insane. So this has
Yeah.
already been in the work for quite a while. And another thing that kind of snuck under the bit that I didn't get to send you is She-Hulk is officially done writing. They're done with
Yeah, I
it.
saw that. They're done with
So
the writer's room.
I actually have a feeling. So Disney Plus series, obviously, we already know everything going on, but there was those three, which was Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, and
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. She-Hulk will go into development first
Yeah.
out of all those, and then I think it probably goes Moon Knight, then Miss Marvel. I think Miss Marvel will tie into Captain Marvel too. I think Moon Knight will tie into Doctor Strange too, and I'm telling you, I think She-Hulk ties into Spider-Man 3.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be the lawyer. I think they're gonna route. It could still go Daredevil. Trust me. I don't really care who shows up as Daredevil at this point. I just want to
Yeah.
see Matt Murdock, even if it's a small interaction. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm good. I'm good. Stuff like that. Maybe this. What if Daredevil? What if She-Hulk is actually accusing, like on the accusing side of
Oh,
Spider-Man,
that'd be cool.
and Daredevil is defending Spider-Man? That would be cool.
You know what? I would actually put it the other way around. Because even with a show and whatnot, even if it's a new version of Matt Murdock, audiences will kind of already know how good
Of a
a
lawyer
lawyer
he
Matt
is.
Murdock is. So he's a big threat if he's the one accusing
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
The
And
only
there,
reason I couldn't see him accusing though is because he's more for the poor people and stuff like that,
true,
and
true,
She-Hulk is more, I feel like, out there. But I
yeah,
don't, I actually really like that too, because for all we know, what if someone's suing Spider-Man who was in, like, one of the students is, like, one of the students'
exactly,
parents is, and that's who Daredevil's representing? Then that would also
yeah,
make sense. I think there's a lot of potential possibilities. A lot of this probably comes down to contracts and stuff like that
yeah.
and who they can involve. So we're theorizing something that could possibly never happen. Something else that is happening though is Ghostwriter.
Yep.
Ghostwriter is coming in. Obviously he was in Agents of Shield, which is probably arguably the best thing about Agents of Shield. Is that I don't love that version of Ghostwriter, but I
Nope.
still thought it was pretty entertaining for what they had, and I was kind of excited to see him get his own Hulu show, which was canceled, because Kevin Feige, which is still crazy that that Hellfire happened. The
Yeah.
Hellfire one went. I You know that thing ain't gonna get another season, and I'm just saying this. I'm not gonna watch it because there's not gonna be another season of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I already know it's not happening. Ghost Rider though, it's gonna be in, he's coming in Doctor Strange. He's coming in
Oh,
Doctor
you
Strange.
think so?
I
Okay.
think so. I think they're building up their, what's the thing where it's like Punisher, Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange? What's that team?
Uh,
Is it the
Pun-
Illuminati? Is that the Illuminati one or
no,
no?
no. The Illuminati is the most intelligent people on the planet.
Okay.
It's Professor Xavier, Iron Man, Doctor Strange,
Reed Richards, right?
Beast, Reed Richards. Yeah,
Black Panther. Isn't Black
yeah.
Panther in there?
Black
Yeah.
Panther is there. Um, the one you're talking about, Doctor Strange, Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, and Punisher. That could be that could be the Thunderbolts recently, but Doctor
Let me
Strange
look.
is not in
I'm
there.
looking on the Wiki right now.
Okay.
Secret Avengers?
Secret Avengers. Okay,
Okay,
that's
so
from
yeah, there's
like 9 years ago. That's a little run that Captain
okay.
America was the leader while he was
This yeah,
Nomad.
so he's been a part of the Secret Avengers, Defenders,
Yeah.
which also the Defenders have had Ghost Rider,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, and the Punisher. So I think this
Okay.
could be even
So
their
this
Heroes for Hire, another version of them. So there are, I mean, they could have them, they could bring their own Defenders together.
yeah, I
I
would like
mean,
to see
there's been a
that
lot of
version.
conversation with who's going to be in the next Avengers film, and maybe Doctor Strange isn't the leader. Maybe he starts the Defenders. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I mean, they could really do that, and because when it comes to the Avengers, it's going to be very curious to see who they put in the lineup. Putting this into perspective, I do think they're going to do different teams. I think they're going to have an East
Yeah.
Coast Avengers and a West Coast Avengers.
Yes, but I don't think they're gonna call it that, but I
No,
agree with you
yeah,
on
they'll
like
call it something
dividing the
else.
teams. Yeah.
And I think they're gonna have a defenders. I think this is when they start putting all the teams together. I think we'll get Thunderbolts. I really think this is how they'll do the team up movies from now on until we get that big major one, which will probably, the next major one will probably be Doctor Doom. I would assume so. I think they were gonna do. I think they were originally going to do Norman Osborn. Then this whole Spider-Man shit happened, and then they're like, "Fuck it, we'll just do someone else." But I think Doctor Doom is the next major one they do,
All right. As
and
far as
then it leads, yeah, and then it leads in Galactus and all that
yeah,
shit.
as far as Ghost Rider is concerned, I'm hesitant for now because I'm waiting to see which Ghost Rider it is. Because if it is the one from Agents of Shield, I'm like I'll give it a fair shot, but
Well,
my
I don't think they'll do
excitement.
that exact you know what he won't come back.
Yeah, no, but the version of the character, I can't even remember the name of the character. Like
Do you
as
think they could
long
do Frank Castle?
I hope not. I mean,
I don't
I
that's
don't
like the
mind
space
eventually
version of
seeing
him,
it.
right?
I don't mind eventually seeing that version, but right away, as you're introducing the character, I don't want that. I
I think you gotta do
really
Johnny
don't want.
Blaze.
Yeah, if it's not
Or
Johnny.
what if they wanna go Western vibes and go
Ooh,
all the way back?
ooh, that's true, but that way they can't quite do the Defenders or Secret Avengers that you were mentioning.
Yet. Yet. This is why
Yeah,
I'm saying, for all we know, what if they did a Western Disney Plus series with um,
this
the original Ghostwriter, and then the last episode ends with him in modern times giving Johnny Blaze the powers.
true.
And
That could be it.
you could do each season as a different Ghostwriter.
Also true, but again, the Western one is really interesting.
Mhm.
But outside like the main Ghost Riders from the comics, if it's not Johnny Blaze, I'm severely less interested from the get
Mhm.
go. Again, I'll give it its fair shot. I'll watch the first episode if it's not Johnny Blaze. But after that, I don't know. I
Yeah, I
really
don't
don't
know. We say
love
we
Johnny
don't know,
Blaze.
but let's be
Yeah,
honest, Ren. We're Marvel. We're Marvel
yeah.
shills. We're Marvel
Yes, we
shills.
are. Thank you, Disney, for paying for this podcast. As you
Yeah,
can
all of
see,
our stuff in our background, my
yeah,
baby Yoda, he's protected. But
yeah.
yeah, let's move on to the next topic. Bring us up to date.
All right, it's another thing, Disney, because apparently Pirates of the Caribbean is being rebooted, and Karen Gillan is being eyed to be the main star.
Which
Which,
I want to fucking say this. Back in 2018, when this report was going around, I fucking said this. They said they're gonna reboot it with a female lead, and I said they're gonna do the redhead from the ride, and it's gonna be Karen Gillan. 100 fucking percent. I'm fucking right, bitch.
that's one thing I felt weird when this news came out because I'm like, I've heard this specific thing before. Like a
Hmm.
reboot with a female lead and the lead is Karen Gillan. Honestly, I was never a big fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean
I believe you
franchise.
now. I believe you now.
I I only watched them for the first time before the last one came out in 2017, was it?
Yes. Yeah, 2017.
Um I never I remember I saw the first one or at least parts of it when I was younger, but didn't get into the sequels. And then I watched them right before the last one came out, and I liked the first one. I really did not like the second one. The third one was fine, and the fourth one was really boring. I
Yeah,
kind of liked the fifth one. The fifth one is
I do
actually the
too.
best one behind the first
Uh,
for me.
breaking news real fast.
And it
Avatar's
was
released set photos for Avatar 2.
oh shit.
It's just people floating underwater, but I mean James Cameron's going for it.
Send
So
them to me. Let me see if
I
I can
will.
do a screen share.
Okay. But keep going with your thought. I sent it over Twitter, but
I was just saying the fifth one, Pirates of the
mhm.
Caribbean, is my favorite after the second one, and outside of that, I don't care much for the franchise. So I'm not super interested, but I'm not disinterested either.
Mhm.
But what are your thoughts?
So I love the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. I love one, and I think two and three are very underrated. I love the world's mythology. I love how out there it is as a blockbuster. Like Gore Verbinski literally said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make some weird shit right now,"
Yeah.
and he did it, and I love it. Four is completely boring though. I will completely agree with you. Honestly, garbage. I wouldn't say garbage, but I've only seen it once. I don't ever care to rewatch it. I loved five though. I loved five, and this has kind of been my guilty pleasure franchise. So I'm excited for a reboot, but I will say this right now. Going on Twitter, the hashtag last night trending was not my Pirates of the Caribbean. And almost
Wow.
every person being pissed about Jack Sparrow. Every person I shared that with was pissed that Jack Sparrow was not coming back. So I'm going to tell you right now, it will bomb if they do not have Jack Sparrow in it. So I have a feeling it'll be a soft reboot. I think they're going to take the story concept they had for 6 that they were originally going to do and intersect it into here. I think Karen Gillan, if it's her playing it, because it's not official, she's in talks, but she'll probably end up being the main lead. And I don't
Yeah.
think she would do it without. I think she is a smart person that knows it won't succeed without a Jack Sparrow. Given the budget's only supposed to be like 100 million, I think you add Jack Sparrow, you can bump it up a bit. But I think it works better as a soft reboot. I think it
Hmm.
actually, if you bring her into this world, do this movie, have Jack Sparrow be a side character in here, which he works the best as,
Hmm.
finish out the story that was bringing about in 6, because 6 pretty much, or 5 was also kind of a soft reboot by the end. They
Yeah.
kind of reset everything in this world,
Hmm.
especially Davy Jones by the very, very end. Spoilers, if you haven't seen a movie from 3 years ago, that's your fault. So this is me being hopeful. I think they're going to do it this way. Bring Jack Sparrow. He'll be a side character to it. They'll finish the story in 6. the next film will go off to be Karen Gillan's. And that'll be the end of Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley, and of course Jack Sparrow's characters.
Yeah, I can totally see that happening.
But that's kind of where I'm at with that, man. That's the only way I kind of see it working the best way. Just because people are crazy.
Yeah, true. All right, moving on to our next topic. I'm actually going to bring up right now something we had scheduled for later, but I think we're going to spend very little time on this, so might as well get it out of the way. Now You See Me 3 is coming. I'm a huge fan of the first one. I think it's really underrated. The second one was god awful. God awful.
Garbage.
I hated it.
Garbage.
I'm willing
You can
to
say
see
it's
it.
garbage. You can
Yeah,
say it's garbage.
It's garbage. I'm willing to see the third one. Depends on the trailer, my excitement or not. But hey, I'm going to see it. I'm going to review it if it comes out. What are your thoughts on it, Zach?
I really enjoyed the first one. I've never finished the second one because it's so fucking boring.
It's awful.
I'm not excited. I mean, I don't know what they're. It's weird. It's really. It's not gonna be called Now You See Me 3 though. I think it's gonna be like Now You See Me, Now You Don't type shit. Like something stupid. Is this a Sony movie? Is this a fucking Sony movie?
I don't remember.
Because if it's a Sony, I'm gonna look it up. Because if it's a Sony movie, we're getting that title.
I would actually
and I'm gonna tell you right now, if it is that title, I'll fucking piss my pants.
I would actually be pretty okay if it was just called Now You Don't.
It's called Summit Entertainment.
Okay, so the Twilight people.
Oh, Lionsgate.
Okay, yeah.
Lionsgate.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
They won't be done with it. It might be called Now You See Me Chapter 3 Parabellum, but you know.
No, it's just called Now You See Me, but all the E's are threes.
Yeah. I'm not excited for it. I mean, I like the first one. I was excited for the second one. The second one's fucking terrible. You get a good cast in here though, and you reboot it with maybe some of the original ones coming back. I'm excited for that.
True.
But we'll see.
True. And all right, let us know what you guys think about Now You See Me 3 if you're interested or not. Now, let's talk about something really important, Zach. The Tiger King. Yes, but that's
First off, before we get, did you watch Tiger King?
No, I'm not interested.
Oh, okay. So this is my thing with it. I thought it was good, but I think it's a little overhyped. I haven't even I think I have 2 episodes left, and I just don't care to go back and watch it. Like I know what happens. Everyone talks about it. It's fucking spoiled for me. I don't care. But Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage. I'm coming to play the Tiger King. All right. Yeah.
That is Ren. That is really fucking good. That is really. Can you please talk like that for this whole time? Please, please.
During this topic, I'm going to talk like Nicolas Cage.
Right. I'll do the Russian accent, okay? So you and Nicolas Cage trying to steal the Declaration of Independence from a tiger. I'll do my Russian accent, okay?
I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence because I'm the Tiger King. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage, tell me, why do you want to play Joe Exotic? You know, in Russia, we put it on the Netflix, and I try to watch it, and it's fucking god awful. You want to play this fucking country singer who owns tigers and potentially killed a woman's husband. It's fucked up, man. It's very fucked up.
Well, I am a beautiful singer. My voice is gorgeous. I love tigers, and I'm a king. I'm a fucking king since I was born. Raising Arizona. I'm amazing.
Raising Arizona, the best fucking Coen Brothers movie ever developed. I must say, my friend, you are the king. You're the Elvis. You should play Elvis. Why have you not played Elvis yet, Mr. Nicolas Cage? Why are you playing this Joe Exotic?
Baz Luhrmann has a restraining order against me, so that's why I'm not playing Elvis Presley.
Well, Baz Luhrmann is not allowed in Russia no more. I will let Vladimir Putin know this. I will let everyone know. I'll even call Cuba to send a fucking missile to Australia, since that's where they are filming the Elvis Presley. We'll make sure to get Tom Hanks out of the area and before they start filming again.
That's amazing. By the way, do you remember that I was the original Ghostwriter? That was me. Yeah, I'm Johnny Blaze.
I do remember. It was fucking shit. All right, guys. It's good casting, but I'm kind of over this Tiger King thing.
Dude, if it was anyone else, I wouldn't even have included it on the show, but it's
I'm gonna be
Nicolas
honest.
Cage.
The
I'm
only
going to
person
watch
I
it.
thought I would have been excited for is Michael Keaton. I think Michael Keaton would kill the role.
Oh my god.
That's the one I've
That's
actually
so
wanted to
true.
play Joe Exotic. But there's like 4 different versions of this thing happening. Like there's a Kate McKinnon version, there's this Nicolas Cage version now.
Really.
And then there's like 2 other scripts floating around. I'm just at this point I'm like, you're gonna oversaturate it. You're gonna fucking overdo it. And I know they're all rushing. Who's gonna be the first one to get it out? I mean, that's what it is, you know. But I'm more excited for Nicolas Cage's other movies coming out, like the Wally's Wonderland. Have you heard of this movie?
No, is that the one where he plays himself?
No, 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 no. That's the Tarantino one. Wally's Wonderland is his Five Nights at Freddy's movie where he works as a janitor at an
Oh,
abandoned Chuck E. Cheese type location, and all the animatronics start coming to life, and he has to kill them. The set photo. Remind me to send you the set photos. They're
okay.
fucking scary, but they're using actual puppets. It's not CGI. They're
Nice.
legitimately using puppet. It looks really fucking cool. I'm
Nice.
really excited for it. But what's the other thing? The other, yeah, it's called Wally's Wonderland. It's currently filming. I actually think they're legitimately still fucking filming it.
Well, it's
Uh,
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what's the other thing he's doing? The Tarantino movie. That's the movie you're talking about, right?
I didn't know it was with Tarantino.
No, he's doing a movie where he's playing himself trying to audition for a Tarantino film.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was it. I only knew like that he was playing himself, but I didn't know
No, like
anything else
that's the
about it.
concept. So
Oh
it's
my
Nicolas
god.
Cage to play Nicolas Cage. Here, I'll read it. It's Nicolas Cage to play Nicolas Cage in a movie where Nicolas Cage is desperate to work with Tarantino.
What movie do you think he wanted to be in?
Django.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Actually, it says it's supposed to take place in the 90s, I think. So it might
Pulp
be
Fiction?
pulp. It might be
Yeah,
pulp, yeah.
probably Pulp Fiction.
It's titled "The Unbearable Weight of a Massive Talent."
That's it. Awful name, but
I'm gonna
yeah.
be honest though. I don't mind the name. It's hard for marketing. It'll probably get changed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest though. I don't know when this is coming out. I know it is going into theaters. It won't be like a VOD thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. That comes out during the fall. He could get Oscars.
Oh,
People
100%.
people need to remember Nicolas Cage. I mean, like he's known to be crazy,
Yeah.
but he's a really great actor. He's been
He's
nominated for an
legit.
Oscar before, and I think a lot of people don't understand that. Like his manager fucked him over like
Yeah.
years ago. So like that's why he does so many shitty movies
Mhm.
because like he has to pay off this debt. I don't hate him. I love Nicolas Cage. I think he's a good actor, and I'm actually really excited for both these projects.
Yeah, same dude. And again, if it wasn't for him being cast as Tiger King, I wouldn't be interested in this project. By the way, did I tell you that when I was in film school taking my master's, I had classes with someone who directed him.
Oh,
I had
really?
I had classes with the director of Vampire's Kiss.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
And he
fucking
told
cool.
us all about Nicolas Cage, like the scene where he spells out the alphabet and he goes A B C D and he goes like that. All the script had was character name that I can remember reads the alphabet. And Nicolas Cage improvised all of that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's
I love
amazing.
that.
He had
I love
amazing
that.
stories too.
Yeah, talking about improvisation though,
Yes.
we have a big thing to talk about next. This was
Big
huge
thing, mate.
news. May the 4th happened, and I
Happy
think we all
belated May the
yeah,
4th, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah, and Revenge of the
Yes.
5th as well. And now we're Return of the 6th as
Yeah.
filming this. And then tomorrow will be the Force of the 7th, and then the
Seventh
last of the
Awakening.
8th, and then the last of the 8th, and then the Rise of the Ninth. I mean, it just keeps coming, my friend. Like,
Yeah.
um, I so I love the last season of The Mandalorian. I love that last episode. It's easily probably the best episode. And I love Taika Waititi as a director. Don't love Thor Ragnarok. But he is officially going to be directing a Star Wars film, and I think we all knew we were going to get some Star Wars news on.
Eventually. Yeah.
We all knew, and I think the kind of thing that went under the radar is the girl who made Russian Doll is actually developing a Star Wars series. That's real
Yeah.
fast. I want to mention that did not get enough credit. I didn't even know about it till I had done a video on the Taika thing. Russian Doll is an excellent Netflix series. I mean, it's excellent. It's very much Groundhog Day, but I was not into it until the 3rd episode when it introduced a certain element. I said, "This is fucking clever."
Mm.
So her taking on a female lead Star Wars series, really excited about that. Again, don't know what time period it is, but now we know that Taika will be directing the next Star Wars film, probably going to be the one for 2022, but that'll probably get pushed back to 2023. I have a feeling that'll probably get pushed. And I'm going to say this sadly, Avatar will not come out next year. It'll probably come out 2022.
Yeah.
And I think it's literally because of the coronavirus. I
Oh
literally think
yeah.
it's the corona. I think that film would have been done. And I know a lot of people are like, well, it's post production, blah blah blah. There still has to be reshoots though,
Yes.
and that's going to be the major thing about it. So I think it will come out in 2022. And I think a big part of that is Disney wants this release schedule of Avatar, Star Wars, Avatar, Star Wars,
Mhm.
Avatar, Star Wars. Very smart, very very smart. I'm still holding to my guns that Avatar 2 will make $1 billion. I'm still holding my guns that that movie will make $1 billion, even though
Same.
a lot of people don't think it will. James Cameron's never fucking you bail on the guy and it's a big thing.
Yeah.
But so Taika directing a Star Wars film, Ren. You and me both love Star Wars, major fans of Star
Yeah.
Wars. Do you like this? Plus, the
I
1917 script writers
yes.
writing it, so that actually was
Yes.
the part that got me really excited.
Yeah, I was excited about both parts, to be honest. I loved getting this news. I think Taika, I don't love all his movies, but Ragnarok, my problem is not with direction. And he's not going to be writing this movie alone. He's going to co-write it with Kristen Scott Kearns, who wrote 1917. She got out of NFTS, and she's in Hollywood right now. It's an
And
amazing story.
I want to mention something with Taika. I know then people will be like, "Well, you guys are excited for Thor: Love and Thunder." We are because he's
Yeah.
actually writing the script from the beginning. He's not coming into the middle. This is his own project. I mean, like
Mhm.
Marvel's pretty much like people want another Thor film. You do the next Thor film. That's literally seems like how
Yeah.
it came out to be. So him directing a Star Wars film, pretty. I mean, we all knew it was going to happen eventually. We all knew he was going to eventually take over something. I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it. I would have been more nervous if he was the only one writing the script. Of the fact that
Mhm.
she's writing the script, I actually believe this will be Old Republic. I really believe this will be Old
Oh,
Republic
okay.
or High Republic. They're probably it's going to be one or the other. It's either
Hmm.
going to be High Republic or Old Republic. I don't see it being anything in the future. But you know what? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It could take place after Rise of Skywalker. What if it takes place with Rey and they're the ones that
Yeah.
take? I mean, I wouldn't be complaining. I really wouldn't be complaining. I think it's
Same.
smart that they didn't announce that it's a trilogy. That was the smartest thing. That they're not
Hmm.
announcing Taika Waititi's gonna do three. No, no, no,
No, no. I
no,
think
no, no.
that's a smart play as well. And you now with what you were saying got me thinking. I want to go to the universe where Taika Waititi directed The Rise of Skywalker. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it would. But it also it probably would have ended up the same too. I just because of the meddling in that.
I don't know, dude.
It
I
would
don't
have had
know.
a different style. I think that's for sure. It would have had a different style.
Yes.
But that's my thing because we know that Ryan Johnson's supposedly making this trilogy. It's never
Mhm.
fucking happening. Which
No.
I'll actually say, I actually want to see that trilogy now because I want to see a different interpretation of Star Wars in its own right. It
Mhm.
won't happen. I could still be wrong. It could actually still happen. Who knows? But I don't think I think he wants to stay away from Star Wars. I think Lucasfilm wants to. But they announced this next trilogy of films coming. 22, 22, 2023, 25. And I still think that's in the docket.
Mhm.
I believe Taika's going to start it.
Yeah,
I
I
think it's going
think
to be
so
and
too.
I think it's going to be Old Republic.
Dude, I would love
I
to
just
see
look at
that.
this and I'm like, why do you get the 1917 writer to write it?
Yeah.
I think that and what Old Republic's just a giant war between Sith and Jedi in a sense. Like the easiest way to sum it up is that's what it is. And I mean, High
True.
Republic kind of seems to be the same thing too. So if High Republic is going to be their version of Old Republic, sure, why not? As long as I get Sith versus Jedi and that's pretty much all it is, I'm all for it.
All
I
right.
think you would be too.
I have a question for you. Over or
Yes.
under? Is Taika also motion capturing for the companion droid?
Yeah.
He is?
100.
Yeah,
I
I think
wouldn't
so
say
too.
droid. I don't know if droid. He could do an alien. I think he'll probably end up doing an alien.
Yeah, that could be true too.
Just because he's already done a droid. But you know what we could see? We could see him come back as that IG
That's
if
true.
it's beforehand. I
Mhm.
mean, droids don't ever. They could be centuries years old, so
Yeah,
you could potentially see him tie into there. Um, what time period do you think this is? I think it's way, way before.
I think it's way, way, way before too.
I think they're taking what the Game of Thrones creators were developing and
Mm,
making it their own thing now. Like they're taking the concept of it being that old, where
mhm.
did the Jedi, like all that type of stuff came from, and they're developing it into their own thing.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't necessarily think it's Old Republic precisely. I think it could be even older than that, going even far beyond that back.
Could be.
Uh, but
Now, do you think this is gonna be the next trilogy? Like, they just didn't announce it's gonna be a trilogy, but it's gonna be their next trilogy. Like, this is what they were
Honestly, I really don't know. I need to hear at least a little bit of the plot, even if they themselves don't think it's a trilogy for now. Maybe by hearing the plot, I could see, okay, this can be a trilogy if it
Mhm.
works out well.
Now, do you want it now, here's the thing, what time period do you want it as? Because I'm split. I would love something after Rise of Skywalker. I want them to continue Rey's story. I really want them to continue all their stories.
Yeah. I for now I prefer it to be back way back because I prefer to wait just a
Mhm.
little bit
I
more
think
for the next story
can I
after
throw
Rise
this
of
to
Skywalker.
you?
Yeah.
10 years from now, do you think we get another episode?
10 years, yeah. 10
You
years
think
from
we
now
get
for
episode
sure.
10? You think we get
Yeah.
episode 10 in 10
Maybe
years?
even before that. Not a lot before that, but
Well, think about it. So, if it's gonna take them at least 6 to 8 years to do this next trilogy, I think 10 years probably fits for the next episode.
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
and
you're
then
right.
I have a question for you. Do we get Poe? Do we get Finn? Do we get Rey back? I think
I
Rey,
think
yes.
I
I think
think we
Daisy
get
Ridley,
Ray.
yes.
Okay, I'm going to
I
do
think
this in order of who are most likely to get back and who are least
because I
likely.
also have
I
something
think
to throw in there too.
okay, I think we for sure, like 99.9% sure we get Daisy Ridley back as Ray. I'm about 60% sure we could get Poe back if it's a movie, because he's not doing shows. And speaking of not doing shows, I'm like 30% sure, and this is being optimistic, 30% sure we get John Boyega back.
So I'm gonna say this: if the script is good and the director is good, they will do it. All of them.
Okay. All
I have a feeling Russo brothers will direct it.
right. Ooh. Now those are guys that I would like to see the Old Republic.
I think they are gonna do a Star Wars film.
Okay.
I think they
Yeah.
will eventually. I think that's what will bring them back to the fold. I'm even gonna say this. I think eventually they do another Marvel film.
Oh, 100%. And if
Like
Hercules works out, Disney is not letting them go.
no, they're gonna literally. I think they'll come up with a deal with them that
Yeah.
they only make films under Disney and their Fox banner.
Yeah.
Um,
But I don't think that's legal, like for a studio to
well, no,
have.
no, no. Well, no, no. Like creative wise, not
Oh,
just
yeah.
directing, but
Okay. Okay. Okay.
creative wise. Like I
Mhm.
know Warner Brothers had one with Ben Affleck for a while. I know,
No, you're right.
which
I
that really didn't go
misunderstood you.
anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I spoke wrong, but I I'm hopeful for the future of Star Wars. I'm
Same.
really hopeful for it. And I think just talking about Star Wars, should we just talk about Clone Wars? Should we just
Uh,
because this is why I'm really hopeful, man.
okay. Before Clone Wars, I would suggest we talk about the Mandalorian doc, the first episode, and then
I,
we go to Clone Wars.
I watched parts of it. I didn't get to finish it, but
Okay.
I'm fine with talking about it.
Okay. Like, there's not much to spoil. I wasn't even going to. I wasn't thinking about doing a review of the episode itself. But basically, the first episode of the documentary on the Mandalorian, it's basically the director sitting down, and you get a little bit of snippets of how was the approach of each
The
director.
tech is incredible, by the way. The tech
Yes.
that that is that's next level. Like that is what they will do for every film heading forward.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
So basically, the quote unquote leader of this roundtable is Jon Favreau. He's
mhm.
basically interviewing everyone, and I had two main takeaways from this one. I thought the conversations themselves and seeing every director's perspective on Star Wars and how they came into being there was really great. Taika's introduction, especially, is so Taika, it's beautiful. And then he goes into seriousness to talk about a little bit of the show and how he came into it and whatnot. But my main two takeaways: first, Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni is just a really humble guy that's just happy to be there. He talks
Yeah,
about how he met George Lucas, how he came into being the head behind Clone Wars, and it's awesome. But the main takeaway for me was I saw a lot of myself in him. If I ever get to direct or be involved in anything Star Wars or Marvel or DC or whatnot, like he's behind the scenes, he's talking to Jon Favreau, picking up the props of the stormtroopers' helmets. Like, hey, remember that scene in Empire when C-3PO sees them all exploding and nobody else notices it? And not even Jon Favreau remembers that. And Dave Filoni is just being a nerd, and I'm like, I'm gonna be that guy if I get involved in these one day. And the other main takeaway was Deborah Chow, who is awesome.
hmm
And Jon Favreau tells
I
tells
can't
her,
wait to see the Obi-Wan series, man. I
dude,
cannot wait to see the
so
Obi-Wan
much.
series with her.
And Jon Favreau was telling her, like, when you got on set, you made it your set. Like, she at one point she wanted more stormtroopers. They just gave her more stormtroopers, and she talked a lot about how prep is one of the most important things as a director. And it reminded me a lot of talks that they gave me when I was in film school. That prep is basically 100% of your work. If you do your prep right, you basically don't have to work when you're on set. Basically, you'll just have to deal with the actors, and that's it. Everyone else will do their job. So I really loved this episode because being a director
How many
myself,
episodes do you know it's gonna be? Do you know how many
I
it's
think
gonna
it's
be?
going to be 8. I think it's
Oh,
going to
okay.
be 8, the same as the show itself. So everyone who still hasn't checked this out, check it out if you are thinking of becoming a director, or if you're a writer, if you're involved in filmmaking or interested in filmmaking somehow. Check out this episode. I thought it was amazing, and again, be prepared to laugh a lot when Taika comes in. Do you want to say anything about it, Zach?
I love these little docu-series. Disney Plus has a lot of cool ones right now,
Mhm.
especially about Disney parks and stuff. Like, I've actually contemplated there have been multiple times where I've contemplated starting another YouTube channel on just Disney parks.
Yeah.
Like, if I've said it, like, if I love doing movies, but if I wasn't doing movies, I'd do video games. Honestly, I'm probably lying to myself. I would have done Disney parks. I literally, like, love Disney parks. Like, if I lived in California, dude, I'd have an annual pass. I'd be going every fucking day. Like, I love going to those theme parks. Like, I think it's so fun. It's like my other passion towards it. Like, once I hit that peak in film criticism, like, that's the next thing I'm going for. It's like the park criticism next, and everyone
Yeah.
thinks I'm fucking with you. I'm not joking. But I like these documentary series. I like when you get a behind the thing on it.
Yeah, it's really cool. So everyone check that out. But now we're going to talk Clone Wars. We're going to talk spoilers, everyone. So if you haven't seen Clone Wars, get out and come
Go
back
watch
later,
it.
of
Go
course.
watch it. I
Yes,
would say this.
go
Go
watch.
watch it. Ren, how about we limit to ourselves 5 minutes each? That way, we'll tell people to skip 10 minutes ahead.
Yeah.
That way, they're fair.
All right. I'm going to start
So
counting.
if and here's the thing, I think us talking about Clone Wars, even in spoilers, will make you excited to go watch it if you've never seen it. And that's just the truth. Like, that's how I convinced my girlfriend and some other friends to go watch it. Is I spoiled it for them because
Oh, okay.
they were like, and now they want to go watch it. So if you've never had the intrigue to watch Clone Wars, do watch this. This actually might make you want to watch Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. I'm going to start counting. Go.
All right. So this whole season, I mean, Clone Wars is, I think, honestly, right now one of my favorite shows of all time. Easily one of my favorite shows. I think when it comes to a season finale and the way that you can end a show on the last 4 episodes, this is up there top 10. I think still the best show probably out there out of animation wise was probably Avatar: The Last Airbender, personally, for an ending. But I love this episode. I think it was incredible. I wish the season was a little bit longer. I think there was
Yeah.
more depth you could have gotten into with some of the characters. But looking back on all the arcs, the 2 arcs before this made fucking sense.
Yeah.
One was all about Rex, and one was all about Ahsoka, and I think it tied in perfectly. Um, Now I know you're kind of iffy on the ending, kind of feeling a little bit anticlimactic. Am I right?
Not necessarily. I really liked it. I really
Mm.
liked the last episode, and I loved how it ended specifically. I just thought the episode itself had more broader strokes to hit. I think it should have shown us and show the characters, Ahsoka and Rex, more of how the galaxy in general was suffering at
I
that moment.
I wish it ended on Coruscant. I think that's the only thing I
Mhm.
wished it. I think this is what I wish. I wish we get that final shot of Ahsoka dropping the lightsaber, faking her own death. Beautiful shot. I mean, seriously, like those last 2 shots are some of the best shots ever. Her
Yes.
walking with Rex. And I know there's a whole book about Ahsoka and Rex. I've not read the fucking book. I know glimpses of the book. I wish it would have shown another thing, and it didn't even have to have words of her walking on Coruscant, seeing the Jedi Temple destroyed, seeing all the clones dead, seeing the younglings dead, and then her going to the bike and leaving.
Yes, I agree. And the thing, and I also mentioned this in my review, I think the thing that the episode misses the most is in that last moment. Yes, she fakes her death, and that's cool. That closes out this chapter, but we know she's alive. We know she's eventually going to show up somewhere else. So I think what was missing is for her and Rex to make a choice. the two characters needed a choice to take them to their next stage. Even if we don't see the next
I
stage,
know.
we don't
Even
need
Darth Maul
to
got his
see it.
next stage. We know
Yes,
where he's going
exactly,
because it tied in the Crimson Dawn, it tied in all that, and then we know he's going with Solo.
exactly.
I still fully believe we will get a Darth Maul. I think we're gonna get a Darth Maul series, a mini series,
Yeah.
something like that, just to sum up that part. And I think it'll probably end up being animation. To be honest,
Okay.
I think animation is the future with a lot of Star Wars, especially for these smaller things that maybe you don't do as live action. But I could be wrong. They could do a live action Darth Maul series, and
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be really cool. But keep going with your thought.
I was just saying, I felt like to end things off, I think the characters needed a choice about what they're going to do next. As you said, Maul makes his choice. Maul is all about himself, and he dealt with the
Mhm.
syndicate, so we know where he's going next. He's going
Yeah,
to hide away for a while. Ahsoka and Rex, being that Ahsoka especially, being that she's so humanitarian now, and she's going to hunt to go down and chase for any Jedi survivors, we needed to have her make that choice. Maybe seeing a communication, a holocron of someone communicating that there might still be younglings out there, or Rex talking to her about something, and they decide to go together. I think that's what was needed, like a 1 minute
but
scene or
the
something.
only thing that I see in that part is it felt like she lost all hope. And
I agree.
that's why I feel like it was such a somber ending of her dropping it and pretty much her not knowing her next steps. We know where she ends up in Rebels, which I love Rebels. I'm gonna start rewatching that again.
Same.
But Rex, we know where he also ends up in Rebels as well. But I'm wondering, we all know we can kind of fit the storylines. Rex obviously goes and finds some of his brothers and gets the chips out.
Hmm.
Because he has Wolf and Jesse. Is that
I
who he has with him in
No,
Rebels?
it's not
It's
Jesse because Jesse just
Yeah,
died.
yeah, yeah. It's Wolf and
I can't
I don't remember
remember
the other one, but they get them. But it's like, what did Ahsoka do during this timeline?
exactly.
Now that I have a feeling I know where that's going to tie into
You think it's
Jedi
gonna?
Fallen Order 2.
Ooh, I mean,
I
but
think
that's not
that
coming out for a while.
no, there's rumors it might be next year.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's rumored it might be next year. So same with Spider-Man 2, which fuck yeah, that shit.
About damn time.
And so I have a feeling that's where we see Ahsoka next. Um,
Okay, I hope
because
you're right, dude.
I think this live action series that's probably going to be spun off from Mandalorian, which they're gonna do. The After seeing all the love for her after Clone Wars, they're gonna do it no matter what. I have a feeling that takes place after Rebels.
Okay.
I have a feeling that one takes after Rebels, and I think that's where we get the plot line of Sabine, Ezra, Thrawn, and I think Thrawn will be the end villain for that.
Who do you
And
cast as Thrawn?
mm, I mean, I don't know, dude. James McAvoy or Michael Fassbender, I'd love to see in the Star Wars universe.
I was going to say Michael Fassbender or Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch would be great as well. But I think because those are two storylines that are still open in the air.
Hmm.
And I think the only person that knows what's going on with those is Dave fucking Filoni. So
100%.
whether we see, I have a feeling what we're gonna see is because I know people are like, oh, maybe we'll see Sabine. I have a feeling we'll get a hint of Sabine Ezra in Mandalorian season 2, but it'll mostly be about Ahsoka,
Hmm.
and then that'll tie into like a throwaway line that's like, that's what this series is being about. And you could do a 3-season thing of Ahsoka. Do one season of her and Sabine finding Ezra doing all this. Second season kind of explaining where they went, because that's really weird. And then I think the third season will be after the Mandalorian, after we see her in there, and I think that's where she'll die because we know she's dead.
Yeah.
We know she's
By
dead because
Rise of
of Rise of Skywalker.
Skywalker, at least she's dead.
So I think she dies right before Force Awakens. And I'll say
Yeah.
this: Kylo kills her.
That would be really fucking cool. I'm not gonna
But
lie.
I'm just saying, we don't know who killed her,
Yeah.
and old age ain't gonna fucking kill her. You
Why
do
not?
not kill her with. I don't think they kill her with old age.
I don't
There's no
think so either, but like it could
But
happen.
imagine the best way to tie it in is because I know we have this comic book series, but like obviously it's just like the start of Kylo Ren. What if it literally, like, before he flies to go help Poe,
Hmm.
like what if Ahsoka is helping the Resistance, like just a little bit,
Yeah,
and
that would be
Kylo
really cool.
kills her, and that's how he finds out about the older guy on the beginning of Force Awakens.
Oh, Lars Tekka.
Yes,
Yeah, that
it,
would be
dude, I'm
cool.
telling you, Perfect, perfect right there. But anything else to leave over full season? I mean, I think the last 4 episodes were straight up some of the best episodes of Star
Yeah,
Wars.
I
Some of the
I
best Star Wars
yeah.
content ever.
I
So
agree with you 100%. And again, I was disappointed only because I could see what else the episode could have done.
mhm.
But again, I really liked it. I gave the overall season an A minus. I think
I
the
gave it an A
last
minus.
episode was really, really good. Just I think it was the best, and I prefer the three previous ones. But that's really it. I'm not saying the episode is shitty or whatever. But yeah, really liked it. I think it went out on a high note. I just thought it could have been even higher. But
I'm glad it went
yeah.
somber though. I know you and me were worried about
Yes.
that.
Mm,
We thought it was gonna be somber. Is there any way you could put a spoiler text up so people know when it's over?
yes, I
Okay,
will
so
put the spoiler
okay,
text up,
perfect.
and I
So
will put a
spoilers done.
times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spoilers done. Don't worry about it.
Spoilers done, everyone, and we
All
only
right.
wasted 8 minutes on it.
Yeah, not too bad. Let's talk New Mutants now.
You introduce it because I haven't seen them.
Or actually, no. Let's talk Tom Cruise. Let's talk
Oh
Tom Cruise. He's
yes,
going
all
to
right.
space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course he's
Okay.
going to
There's not
space.
much
Why is
details
that
about this,
surprising?
but let's just talk about it. Tom Cruise wants to work with Elon Musk to go to space and make a movie.
Awesome.
And I'll say this: that'll be his last action film.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I think
true,
that'll
because
be his
after
last
that,
action.
what else can you do? That's gonna be his bigger stunts.
Yeah. So that's all I have to say. We knew it was happening eventually. We knew it
Yeah.
was going to happen.
Eventually, it was a joke at one point, but now it's really happening, and I am super excited to see it, dude. If anyone can do it, it's Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Let's talk about New Mutants now.
Yeah.
So you and me are so excited about this fucking movie. You have not seen these new images,
Nope.
and I didn't send them to you because I thought they're not spoilery, not at all. But there's something I wish I would have just seen in the movie because I didn't know they were going in this direction with New Mutants, and I said, "Holy shit, that's amazing!" And it's apparently, I think more and more things are hinting that it's gonna go VOD.
Yeah.
It's gonna
It's
go
on
premium
Amazon.
VOD. It got taken down now, but
Oh, okay.
it let me pre-order it. It let me fucking
Okay.
pre-order it. I did it. I fucking did it. But it gave me my money back. So it
Okay.
let me do it. And then the next day it went on another site and they took it down. So I think what's gonna happen is we're obviously getting Artemis Fowl in June. I think we get New Mutants late
July?
June. I think late June, early July.
Okay.
And makes sense if movie theaters open up back up in July. That could be the
Hmm.
first. Weirdly enough, it's weird to hear this, but it could be the first movie. And I don't think they know. I think they know it's not going to make money, like a ton of money. But I think it's a good movie to put in theaters that's new.
Hmm.
Like they just
Yeah.
have there. You know what I mean? It's not going to make $200 million. It's not going to do that. But I think the hype is out there to watch it, and then I think it goes on Hulu after. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
or Hulu like once this HBO deal is done. What are your thoughts? Obviously, you don't know about the pictures, but what are your
I
thoughts on
do.
the pre-order thing?
I thought it was. I wasn't shocked, like, at all.
And I know you and me are sad. I want to see it in the theaters. I
Me
mean,
too.
honestly, and I'm gonna say this, and I might contradict myself when I say this. If it comes out and it's like my theaters are opening up 2 days after it comes out on VOD, I want to say tell myself that I'll probably just wait and go to the theaters. But as a critic, I know I'll have to watch it that first day for,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that's what sucks
Hmm.
because I would rather go experience it in the theater.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a sucky situation. Again, I wasn't surprised at all, but I was intrigued as to okay, if this is what you're gonna do, what took so long? It's weird that they're taking so long, and it reminded me how weird it is that Artemis Fowl isn't coming out like this week or the next week, and they're waiting till June because Clone Wars is over now. There's
It is very weird that they're waiting that long, but I think it's more of a marketing thing.
yes,
But at the same time, it
one
also
hundred
was already
percent.
coming out in the anime. But I think once they heard Scoob and stuff was coming out, they're like,
Mm,
let's push it back.
yeah,
I think they want Artemis Fowl to do pretty good on Disney Plus. So plus they have this Mandalorian documentary right now. So I think June 11th might be the last.
true.
Think about it, it might be the last day for it, and then the next. I think they're trying to,
Hmm.
you know, open it up a little bit. So it's definitely unique. You and me are probably the only two people really excited for New Mutants. I still think this movie's gonna be good. I still think
Yeah,
this
me
movie's
too.
actually gonna be really good, and I think I'll also take in the thing that they didn't get to do reshoots on this movie. So like if there are
Oh,
certain weird things in the movie, I'm not gonna like be like, oh, that's kind of weird. I think I'll actually take it in. I'm honestly expecting this movie like to be a B plus.
okay. I would say a B, maybe B minus if I'm pessimistic. That's as pessimistic as I'm willing to go
Dude, it
because I
can't be
believe
as
in
bad
this
as Dark
movie.
Phoenix, though. Let's be
No,
honest.
no, no, 100% not. And
I will.
I don't
Those
hate Dark
photos, like, try
Phoenix.
not to look at them. They're really fucking cool, though. Like, I
Okay,
mean, it hyped my intrigue a little bit more. Which, speaking of intrigue, I know you're really excited for this next topic. Like, really.
I am.
So bring it up, my friend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, live action Disney remake incoming with the Russo brothers producing. It's Hercules, one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. It's easily in my top 10. Don't know if it makes the top 5. I would have to think about it. But
It's in my top 10.
I love the original Hercules. I think it's one of those that actually would really fit well into live action, and the Russo brothers fit into this type of storytelling. I'm glad they're not writing it, or at least neither of them alone is writing it. I
Mhm.
don't think they have a writer, do they?
No, I don't
No.
think so.
Okay. They don't have a director either. I would love to see the Russos directing it as well. But super excited for this. I cannot wait. I have my dream casting in mind. I will have a few suggestions for you, Zach, in a second. But what do you think about this?
I don't want them to direct it, but I'm happy they're producing it.
Okay.
I I think I want. I'm glad that they're producing it. I think it's a big. I think it's when you talk about big, this is something big. But I think a lot of it comes down to the casting to get me excited about this.
Mm.
And that's usually what it comes down to all these live action remakes. So live action Hercules, I love Hercules to death. I have a feeling I was doing my fan casting on a live stream with one of my friends, and I have a feeling as much as I want someone else to be Hercules, I personally think if they're gonna go with a big actor, the more I think about it, Zac Efron's the perfect pick. The
Yeah.
perfect pick for a big actor. But I think they have to go in unknown. I think they have to go in unknown, and they around him, they support him with major actors. And I think
Yeah.
that's the key thing to it. I think I want Arnold as Zeus. I can't not take my thoughts off that. Emmy Rossman from Shameless, I want as Meg. I think she would kill it. I think she's been needing that. Michael, Sarah, and Jonah Hill as Pain and Panic would
Oh
fucking
my
nail it
God.
too. I think Danny DeVito has to be fucking. He has to be who he is. You know,
Phil.
you can't take anyone away from Phil. Hades, I would argue James Wood probably just play Hades as well, but
He
there's
is
some other
not
cast
coming
members.
back. He
He
is
won't come
not
back,
coming
no.
back.
So I think Benedict Cumberbatch for that one.
Oh my God. That would be cool.
Um,
Okay, so I agree
so
with you
yeah,
on
go
Zac
with
Efron.
yours.
On Zac Efron, I suggested Zac Efron or Taron Egerton, but I'm leaning more towards Efron or an unknown. An unknown would be my third pick, but it's now my second pick. Even though if they do cast Taron Egerton, I'll be all the more happy
I
for it.
like that too. I just think he's too short. That's the only thing.
Yes, that's the
The
thing.
only he's too short. I do love the pick of Army Hammer and Chris Pine though. I still stick by those, even though they're older. I
Mhm.
still stick by that. They would kill the role,
Yeah, no,
especially
I
Army
agree
Hammer.
with you. The only
Especially
thing,
Army Hammer.
yeah, the only thing I was against is that they're a little bit older, and I think Hercules should be younger, at least according to the original movie. But if they cast either of those, dude, no complaints over here. Megara, I think Florence Pugh or Zendaya. Zendaya was a friend of mine's suggestion, but I'll still go
And they wanted
Florence Pugh.
Zendaya for Little Mermaid, so
Yeah,
that is a choice.
the yeah, and but I'll go Florence Pugh between the two, and I'll leave Zendaya for another live action in the future. I'm not going to tell which one right now.
Oh,
Um,
come on, tell, come on, tell. You can't just leave it like that. Just fucking say it.
do I
Just
say it?
fucking say it. Just fucking say it.
Okay, in popular opinion, I would cast Zendaya as the live action Tangled.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't. Nobody
I don't
else
like
will.
that. I thought you were gonna say Atlantis.
Well, for Kira, yes, that's true. Yeah, I'm going to change that. You're right. It's a better fit for Kira, if that's her name. I can't remember. Um, for Pain and Panic, Key and Peele. I loved your choice,
That's
but
great.
Key and
And
Peele.
you know what? I love that choice too. I almost put them too in my fan casting. I just because they just did Ducky and Bunny. That's the only reason I just
Yeah,
don't see them doing it.
I agree. Um, I had Jeff Bridges as Zeus, but when you showed me Arnie as Zeus, I'm like, I cannot say no to that. uh, uh, okay, for Hades, and I mean, ironically enough, Hercules is not the big casting that they need to nail on this one. It's Hades. Hades, for me, it's J.K. Simmons. He can be explosive, he can be funny, he can be menacing, he
I
can be
agree.
ridiculous. Now, another thought came into my mind,
Fuck yeah, I want him, dude. That's so
and he
fucking good.
fits all these categories as well. I don't know if he can sing, the second person that I'm going to mention, but he can also be explosive and ridiculous and funny and menacing. Steve Carell as Hades.
Outside choice. Outside choice, and I love it.
And I have a
That's another
third
one. What's
I
your third one?
I have a third one that's also outside only because you haven't quite seen this guy a lot play these types of roles, but again, he can definitely sing. He can be super explosive and funny and menacing, whatnot. And this is what I call inspired casting. And let me reemphasize that J.K. Simmons is still my dream casting. He's still my number one.
I agree. I think
But
that would be perfect.
but Hugh Jackman as Hades.
I love it. I
Not that
love that.
Hades has a song in the first one. Now that I think about it, but they're gonna
They'll give
do
him one. They'll
songs.
give him one. They'll
Yeah.
give him one. I love it, man. And there's potential here. There's potential with all these live actions.
Yes.
I'm Disney. Give us a plan. What you doing? I still hate that Robin Hood and Lilo and Stitch are going to Disney Plus. I think that's fucking stupid when it comes to these. So, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I think the Russo brothers behind it keep something. They could still direct it. Who do you want to direct it though?
I would say the Russo. I'm not saying the Russo brothers are like they have to direct it. I'm saying they would be really good choices in my opinion to direct. Outside of them, they mentioned that they were looking at Jon Favreau, and I think that's a really good choice as well. But like, I don't feel the same way about Jon Favreau directing Hercules as I felt with Jon Favreau directing Lion King. You know.
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh, but who would be a great choice for this? Uh, let me see if I let me see just a list of directors working today that that would fit. Dude, I mean, someone just popped into my mind.
Hmm.
Taika Waititi.
Who? Not bad. Not bad. It's a good choice, but he's doing Star Wars now, so I don't see him
I
coming
know,
on to do it.
but I don't know. It would feel really good to see Taika Waititi directing Hercules. You look at the original one, how funny it is, everything about it. It's very Taika Waititi-ish.
Yeah, do you know who it's rumored, the actual there's one person that no one talked about from that article. Jon Favreau's still rumored. He's rumored to
Yes, he
he's in
is.
talks. So I don't want him to touch it. I really want him and Filoni to just play with Star Wars now.
Okay.
Be in charge, but that's just my thoughts. I don't know. I kind of want an outside choice like I wouldn't mind like a Deborah Chow doing it. I wouldn't mind like that type of stuff.
Deborah Chow
So
also popped into my mind.
yeah, I'm interested, man. I'm interested, man. And there is one thing. So there's another news topic that kind of came out that I forgot to send you, and I just
Okay.
remembered right now. Universal added a lot of different dates for movies.
Okay.
Some Blumhouse, some not. So people were kind of predicting what they are, and it's like 2021, 2022. So a lot of people it's rumored that Halloween Kills could get pushed back a year, and Halloween Ends gets pushed
Okay.
back to the other date because one of them is an October date, and it makes sense. The
Mhm.
other thing that's rumored is the Super Mario Brothers movie will finally come out in 2021.
Okay.
But the other thing I want to get your opinion on this is there's potentially 3 Universal monster movies coming out in 2021. Creature,
Okay.
vampire, werewolf. What do you think? How do you feel?
I mean, I find it odd because the Dracula one with Kerry Kusama was just announced.
Mhm.
The werewolf one was rumored that I've heard. I didn't hear about confirmation on it. The creature one was in development already, but I I don't know this. I'm only saying that because of this whole situation. If it was a normal world at the moment, I would be like, yeah, sure, why not?
Mhm.
Um, but right now, I'm really not sure. It feels optimistic that they're saying
Mhm.
that there's three of them because they will want to separate them out. Like they will not want one in
Well, and they
October,
are
one in
separated
November.
throughout the year. Like I think it's
Okay,
January, April, July. I think that's like
okay.
how it looked.
I mean, I don't see any of them coming out in January or April at this point. I could see them coming out later in the year, but again, they don't want to put them in October, November, December, like stacked on top of each other. You know?
Yeah, I agree. So I just wanted to throw it out there. Real fast, we have one more thing before we get to the fan questions.
Okay.
I think we can do this one real fast. Westworld full season review. We don't really need to talk spoilers. There's too much to dive into that. So
Yes.
I really want to know your thoughts on this. Just in general, what were your thoughts on the finale and overall the whole season?
I Well, actually, now that I think about it, it's very similar to Clone Wars. I loved the season for the most part. There was not one single episode that I didn't like or just barely liked, like there was in Clone Wars. Overall, the season was excellent for me. I put it over season two. I don't put it over season one. The finale, I really liked. They went into certain directions, and you're right. Let's keep it spoiler free because that way it saves us more time for the fan questions and
Hmm.
we leave people to
Plus,
watch
plus
Westworld.
then we get into depth, and it's just a giant
Yes.
rabbit the show.
They went into certain directions that I didn't enjoy. I love the big decision with Caleb. I love how they went with that character. I
I
love
think
where
he's
they
the most
went.
interesting character this whole season.
Yes. I love where they went with Maeve because she was just an annoyance this season. I mean, what she did was cool, but her reasoning to join certain sides was annoying.
Hmm.
I am afraid for the fourth season in regards to Dolores because she's my second favorite character in
Yeah.
the show. If she sticks around, she probably will be my favorite character because there's a post-credit scene in this episode, the finale, that I really didn't like what they did because it involves my favorite
With
character in the show.
is it Bernard or Man
No,
in Black?
it's
Man in
Men in
Black.
Black. Yeah.
Okay.
So I really didn't like what they did with
Well,
him.
neither
I
did Ed
really like.
Harris. He came out in an interview and said, "Fuck this. I hate what they're doing."
Really? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
he does not like what he's doing. Does
Okay.
not like what
But I like what they did with Bernard on the post-credit scene, and I have a few theories about it. But what did you think?
I loved the season, but I thought the last two episodes were fucking clunky as shit. And I still really
Okay.
liked them, but I thought they were super clunky. Like, it you could tell that they needed 10 episodes. They needed 10 episodes this season to flesh everything out. And the early episodes, I'm liking this pacing, how fast it's moving,
Hmm.
but it started moving so fast that it like toppled over itself. If that makes sense for me. I like it felt Game of Thrones-ish for season 8. Honestly,
Okay.
it felt like there were certain choices that like didn't need to be had. I thought everything that happened in episode 7 with Caleb and kind of realizing what's going on, that should have happened way earlier on. That
Hmm.
whole, or at least sprinkled throughout.
Okay.
Maeve, I literally think they didn't know what to do with her character this whole entire season. Bernard, same thing. Bernard really got nothing to do this whole entire season. And honestly, William's kind of the same way. This is really much Caleb and Dolores and Sirach and
Yeah.
Charlotte Hale, which awesome. I love Tessa Thompson. I love that she got more in here.
Yes, I love
Yeah,
Charlotte's in this
and
season.
I need to. It's hard to talk about without spoilers. There's a
I know, right?
character. There's a character that dies because no one really fucking dies in this show.
Yeah.
If they don't actually die, I don't. They have to have actually died for this season
Ooh.
to have made any sense for me. She's one of my favorite characters, but and I love the direction they took it in, especially in the last episode. I love how you kind of understand the ultimate plan of some
Hmm.
sorts. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah,
my
yeah.
audience is. And I love the conversation between them and someone else. Do you know
Okay.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Because first 20 minutes in this episode lost me. I was like, this is terrible. This is fucking terrible. Like
Okay.
the riot stuff did not need to be there. Any of that, the turn of a character I thought it was very rushed. I understand the approach, but I thought it was rushed. I think it needed an episode to marinate on, especially last episode. We should have focused a little bit more on that, if you know what I'm talking about. Then that conversation kicks in and everything kind of coming full circle. That's when I started to finally come around on this episode. I came around on Caleb, Maeve, Dolores, and everything they were kind of doing in there. I like what were doing with Sirach. I think it was a good parallel to AI, artificial intelligence, how
Yeah.
it's taking over our world. And I thought the finale of this, that last shot between Caleb and someone,
Hmm.
was magnificent, fucking perfect. Looks like Fight Club. Really
Yeah.
had to have been, but it felt like the parallels between how like this season was kind of comparing itself to Westworld and how like this world is being controlled, just like how Westworld is being controlled. Now that's been let loose. Just like at the end of the season 1 of Westworld, the whole world had been let loose in Westworld and everyone could control their own destinies. It's the same thing here now. And I
Mm-hmm.
love the setup that they do for season 4.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you there.
And
I
just
don't.
throwing in one more thing, the after credit scenes. I like the Bernard one, but I
Yeah.
need to see where it's going. And the Man in Black one, I don't hate, but his character should have died off a long time ago.
Oh, you're breaking
I
my
love his
heart.
character; he's one of my favorites, but I think season 2 should have been the end of him. Again, I just don't.
Okay.
What is he now? The fucking Terminator? Sorry, spoilers for that part, but what is he? The fucking Terminator now?
Yes, he's always
Yeah.
been a fucking Terminator.
So
He
it
said,
seems like next season, and mute me if you give a shit for 20 seconds. Seems like Charlotte Hale's making her own army of Terminators, and that's going to be her versus Maeve and Caleb.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm telling you right
thought that.
now, I do not want her back. I love her character, but she has to die. You have to show their stakes to this show. You have
Okay,
to.
we'll see. All right, let's go into our main event, Zach. It's time for our fan questions, and once more, thank you everyone who sent in questions. I'm going to start us off, and then we'll take turns reading each person's questions.
Perfect.
And we're starting off with a knight of the roundtable, of this roundtable right here. Jared Buckendall sends a few questions, and he starts with, which 80s or 90s action movie character is your favorite and most iconic? If you don't mind, I'm going to
Yeah,
start
you
this
take it.
one.
You take
Terminator.
it. I got to do my research on this one.
Terminator.
Fuck
Easy.
you.
I mean,
Another
it's
one now.
not. It's. I mean, as soon as I read this question on Twitter when he sent it over, I was like, Terminator. It's got to be
Mhm.
Terminator. Either that or John McClane.
Yeah. Fuck. I mean, Terminator would probably be mine, but kind of just going through. I mean, can Ren and Stimpy count? Can
Are they
Aladdin count?
action movie characters?
I mean, kind of.
Okay.
No, I'd probably go with the Terminator, man. I mean, Terminator is Rambo 80s and 90s, because I could also argue for that one, but I think
I believe the first one is from 70s,
I mean,
79, something like that.
apparently just once. 82 was First Blood.
Okay, so he's 90s.
Yeah. I'd probably go Terminator or Rambo. I think those
Yeah.
are like the ones that really works for me, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so Jared Buckendall again. Yearly goals for your channels, and has this situation in the world changed them? What are
Uh,
yours, Zach?
so I kind of I make goals for myself, but I don't share them personally. I'll share what they were,
Okay.
because it doesn't. Honestly, my goal is 50,000 subscribers. To be completely honest, that's not going to happen anymore because this world has completely fucked me. And a lot of stuff has been put on hold. Personally, my goals though, just kind of open up, is Rotten Tomatoes and Critics' Choice Awards. I did hear back from Critics' Choice Awards. I did not get in, which was a little annoying because I know some people who are in it who like don't have the right parameters. But whatever. I'll just apply again in August. Rotten Tomatoes, I have still not heard back from.
Me
This is the
neither.
one I'm also. I know people who don't have the parameters but are in it, and I'm happy for them. I just, I think it's kind of bullshit sometimes. But,
Mhm.
I love Rotten Tomatoes. I think a lot of people give them crap, and I think it's dumb. So my goal is to get on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, that's truly the goal, Critics' Choice Award, that stuff. But the big goal for me this year was really networking, using film festivals to network,
Mhm.
meet new critics, meet contacts, talk to more people, and in general have like do different things like this TV thing I've been doing, this TV segment thing I've been doing in
Mhm.
Arizona. It's been really cool. So I want to do more of that, if that makes sense. And so far the situation hasn't fucked that up personally. Maybe it's like stopped me from being able to do other things within it, but definitely like that's what I think. What about you?
I don't set a lot of goals for myself. If I do, they're really humble. Like at this moment, I'm at uh 2,190 subscribers. I want to get to 3,000 at this point, and that's it. If it takes all year, cool. If I don't reach it, cool as well. Like I stopped being focused on a lot of goals. Um, as far as the channel is concerned, I said more of personal goals for a while now. I want to have fun. I want to create new things, but I want to create new things that make me have fun while doing them. I like to take risks, but not a lot of risks. Like I used to do Q&As, live Q&As, but I always got like the same 5 people, and I appreciate deeply the same 5 people that I always got. But it doesn't help a conversation flow or change throughout the episodes. So I started this podcast because this way I talk to you, and if we talk to each other, there's more conversations that generate from the ones we're already having. So again, I think I feel like I'm cheating on Jared with this answer, but I don't set a lot of goals for myself. But I also applied for Rotten Tomatoes, so I'm waiting on that. As far as festivals are concerned, I only really get to one because I don't have the budget to go traveling to the States, unfortunately. So to me, the only festival was around in October, and maybe that one might still happen.
Man, and that's how I'm feeling because I've never been to TIFF and I'm planning on applying, but I don't see them happening.
Yeah,
I really don't, which sucks, but I hope they do. I hope they do. I mean, that's another thing is like all my plans for festivals are done. I mean, the only plans I have now is play Last of Us and play Cyberpunk. I mean, that's truly it. But it's fun in that, and I think the mentioning Cyberpunk and Last of Us kind of ties us into the last question that Jared asked, which is favorite video game of all time. I'll let you take this.
God of War 3. Easy for me. How about you?
God of War 3. Mine's probably The Last of Us, to be honest.
Okay.
It's straight up one of the best video games I've ever played. That's why I'm so excited about 2. And I know a lot of people are bitching out there, and someone fucking spoiled it for me so many times. So you know what I did? I fucking read them all. I read all the fucking spoilers, so you can't fucking spoil me. And I kind of wish I didn't, but I already know. I already knew most of it. The thing that and there's so much anger out there in the world, like, how dare they do this to the story? How dare they do this? Would you rather want? I'd rather not want a safe story. I'd rather want something very different. I'm for it. I'm fucking for it. So I like the approach they're taking. I get why people are pissed, like very, very fucking pissed. But you can't be pissed until you play it. Sorry. Other than that, though, Gears of War 3, BioShock, and then a Mass Effect 2. I love Mass Effect 2 so much.
Okay.
So those are some of my other favorites.
I said God of War 3 only to choose one, but if anything, the original God of War trilogy at all, like the whole story, just chef's kiss. Why don't you take us into the next question?
All right, next one is you're gonna have to help me with the last name. Bruna.
P.S.
Love her. She made the logo for Geeks at the Roundtable. Yeah. If you could pick any film director to be president, who would it be? I knew the perfect one the second I read this. The first person that popped up in my mind.
Me too. Right. Christopher Nolan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Del Toro.
Oh, that's cool. Is he American?
No, but I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Neither is Nolan. Nolan's not fucking American.
He's not. I think
he is.
Hang on. Hang on there.
We're looking this up on air.
I think he is.
No, he's king. No, he's born in the United Kingdom.
He is? Oh, I thought he was born in New York. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then I don't give a shit too.
Yeah, Del Toro, man. Del fucking Toro. All the fucking way.
I can't disagree there. Del Toro would be amazing. All right, moving on to the next one from G. Colby Porty. He sends us a lot of questions. Thank you so much. The first one, least favorite performance from actors you love. Why did you start?
Least favorite performance from actors that you love. Oh Jesus Christ, that's a tough one because even when I see them in a movie, you know, like a person I love, I can't say that I hate their performance, if that makes sense. Can you take it first? I gotta think about this for a second.
Yeah, for me, it's easy. It's the last few projects Michael Fassbender has been picking: The Snowman, Song to Song, Assassin's Creed. Jesus Christ. He's really the only one that pops up in my mind. I mean, basically everyone involved in Cats that I love: Idris Elba, Judi Dench, Ian McKellen, who was high
Yeah.
as fuck in that movie,
I'll,
clearly.
I'll throw it this way. I'll throw it out this way. Ryan Reynolds in Green Lantern, even though I've only seen some of it.
Ooh, okay.
I don't love him as Green Lantern. I
Okay.
and I'm not even gonna say this. I love Ryan Reynolds to death, but he has his shtick, and that's all he does. And I want to see more like buried. I want to see buried type stuff from him.
All right, the next question, also from G. Colby Porter. Movies you liked, but everyone else hates.
Serenity. This means war. Venom. Um, what movies do I own that everyone hates? The Rambo: The Last Blood. Um, um, fuck. There's so many. Legend. I don't fucking hate. Uh, you take some. I'll start thinking of more.
Uh, for me, it's tough. I don't remember. If anything, I would remember movies that I hated, but everyone else liked.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's tough for me. Let me just search for movies that everyone hates
Hates.
and see if I like any of them. Everyone hates. All right. So,
Oh, Warcraft. I liked.
I thought
I like
Warcraft
Superman
was fine.
Returns.
I didn't
Terminator
like them.
Salvation. I like.
I like Terminator Salvation.
The Rob
I
Zombie
oh,
Halloweens. I don't hate.
I really liked Dark Fate.
Really.
Yeah, I
I like
really
Dark
liked.
Fate. I like fucking Dark Fate too.
Yeah,
I just
I liked
rewatched.
I liked The Fountain by Aronofsky.
Never seen it.
I really
Jersey
like
Girl.
Mother.
I want to see it. Mother. I do too. Jersey Girl.
Jersey
I
Girl
like.
is awesome.
The other two Matrix films. I don't hate. I actually kind of like them. They're not terrible. Van Helsing. I fucking love the shit out of.
That movie is awesome. Oh, I got
Extraordinary
one.
Gentleman. I love. What's up?
Gods of Egypt. I don't hate Gods of Egypt.
Oh, I hate that movie. Sucker Punch. I don't think's terrible. I like it.
Yeah,
Spider-Man
I'm
3. I
indifferent.
like.
I enjoy Spider-Man 3. Yeah,
Pirates of the Caribbean, Outworld's End, and Dead Man's Hell, or Dead Man's Chest. Fucking love them.
I'm
Love them.
indifferent
Love them.
towards those. Uh, I like
Um,
I like Revenge of the Sith a lot. I like
same.
the first Jurassic World. I
Same.
like The Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug.
Don't.
Uh, what else? I like
I don't
I
hate the Ang Lee.
I I really dislike it. I don't hate it. I just
I have. I love this movie and everyone hates it. Lady in the Water.
oh no, sorry, I
Hate it.
can't agree
Hate
there.
it. I don't hate it.
Oh, I love
Twilight. I don't hate Twilight.
really. Okay.
I don't hate it. A Phantom Menace. I don't hate. Kingdom
Oh,
of Crystal Skull. I think it's fun. It's fun.
it's
It's not the best one, but
yeah.
fun. It's
I
not
don't
bad.
enjoy it, but I don't hate it either.
Everyone needs to remember it has a fresh score on Rotten Tomatoes.
It does.
It's a 74%.
Ish. I like Die Hard 4 a lot.
Same. I don't
I
even
l-
hate the last one. It's not
oh
great. It's not great. It's just an action. It's a terrible action film.
yeah. I like the first Nicolas Cage Ghostwriter because it's awesome. Okay.
I hate you. Going into Colby Porter's next question, Rotten Tomatoes scores you were shocked by. Detective Pikachu. I was shocked that it
How
wasn't
much
higher.
does it have?
It's like a 56 or something like
Really?
that.
I mean,
Yes,
I
56.
think
Yeah,
that's fitting.
I was surprised. Oh, fuck you.
I'm
Um,
sorry.
Suicide Squad because I thought it was gonna be great, but then I saw it.
Yeah.
Batman v
Huh.
Superman, same thing. First few reactions were amazing, and then the Rotten Tomatoes score came out. Avengers: Infinity War is pretty low. Kind of
Yeah.
surprised by that.
I'm
What
shocked
about you?
that Unbreakable only has 70%.
That's incredible. That's insane.
Blade 2, which is fucking awesome. Just try to guess how much it has on Rotten Tomatoes.
I feel
The
it's like
Guillermo del Toro
I feel like
one,
it's like 52.
57. It's
Damn,
rotten.
that's
Like, what the fuck? Um, and there's another one. It's like one of my favorite movies of the past decade. It was like my
I'm
number
s-
two
I'm
or three.
shocked Attack of the Clones is so high.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I'm shocked John Carter only has
Me
52%.
too.
Like, what the fuck did you people at Rotten Tomatoes watch? Let me in so I can give it a higher score.
Please, please.
All right.
Fucking love.
The
But
next
yeah, those are
question.
some of the other ones.
Okay, Zach, this is interesting. I hope we have different answers. I'm sure. We do. Who's a big reviewer you would love to have on the podcast? Well, let me plug our, I think, third episode that we had. We had Sean Chandler over here. We already had
Yes.
one of the big ones over here, but there's more to have, and we will love to have them. But tell me someone you'd love to have on the podcast.
Chris Stockman.
Yep. Okay, we have the same answer.
Chris Stuckman or Flick Pick, Jeremy Johns, Scott Mantz, William Bibiani, John Rowe.
Scott Mantz would be
Perry
so-
Nemiroff.
Yeah.
Dude, Scott Mantz is one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Him and Perry are freaking awesome.
I saw Perry once at Star Wars Celebration. I tried to say hi to her, but she didn't hear me.
No, one of my friends knows her, and we were hanging out outside of Mark Ellis's comedy club, or
Okay.
like he was doing a comedy thing, and she walked up, and we had this great conversation about horror, Star Wars, or not Star Wars, Walking Dead, and I was like, fucking cool
Yeah.
person.
I mean, someone else who I'd love to have, he's not exactly a reviewer, but we'd just be geeking out over Marvel and Star Wars and whatever, and that would be Robert Meyer Burnett. That would be
Same,
awesome.
dude. God, he would be great as well. If he has one of these people, tweet at them, tell them to come join the Geeks at the Round
Yeah.
Table. I mean,
He's
help us out.
probably doing the John Campea show at this point, so he could never be if we do it on this schedule. But maybe if he gets in contact, we can arrange something out.
Yeah. Next question is from Colby Porter. Who's the star you wish would do better films? For me, it's Anna Kendrick. I like her, but most of her films she's made either mediocre or bad. I just want her to do stuff like Up in the Air and 50-50.
For me, Michael Fassbender. Going back again.
I mean, honestly,
he is doing the next Taika Waititi movie that's supposedly coming out this year. The one, it's about soccer, so I'm kind of just.
I'm only excited because of Taika. I'm only excited because of Taika for that film. For me, I mean, Michael Fassbender would be one of them, but personally, Tom Hardy. I love Tom Hardy, and I think it's not that his films are bad by any means. Like, they're fine, they're good, but I want him to do like the Revenant type shit.
Yeah.
But I think he takes different unique projects, and I think that's what makes him such a unique actor. Like, he's hailed as one of the best actors, even though he's not in the best stuff, but he's always makes it better than it should be. But yeah, do you want to start the next question, my friend? Oh shit, we have a lot of fucking questions.
We do. Okay, the next one is coming from our good friend Daniel Barrios. And his first question is, what do you prefer, six packs or dad bods? On other people, dad bods. On myself, six pack.
Agree.
Yeah. Okay, next one. I'm going to let you go first. What is the meaning of life, Zach?
Watch the movie 9 Days that comes out later this year. That's the meaning of life.
Okay. I plead the fifth. I haven't seen 9 Days, so I can't answer. Next question.
Well, I haven't seen A Quiet Place 2, so fuck you.
Well, that's true, but I hope that A Quiet Place 2 is not the meaning of life, because if it is, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You're keeping your answer?
Yeah, I'm keeping my answer.
Okay. Next question: tacos or pizza? Pizza for me.
Taco pizza.
Okay. I have never had it, but
it's something I just came up with. You fold a pizza in half and eat it like a taco.
So isn't that a calzone, though?
Fuck off. It's what I want it to be.
All right, final question. Would you rather direct one movie or act in 100? I would rather act in 100.
Whack? You want to whack off in 100?
Yes. I said what I said.
I'd rather act in 100.
Yes.
Because then after 100, I could direct.
Yeah. And we live in a movie where we need money to survive. And acting in 100 movies pays better than directing one. Why don't you take the next one?
Next one is Christian Eulenberg, who asks, who do you think would win in a fight, Betty White or the Queen of England? I mean, Betty fucking White.
Really? I'm going Betty, the Queen of England, dude. She's
I'm American. I'm American, so.
And I live in her land, so I gotta say the Queen.
True. All right, you go with the next one.
All right, Erin Moriarty. Who's your favorite director of all time and why? For me, it's Christopher Nolan. Every movie he does is different. Every movie he does has new meaning every time I watch it. I never get tired of watching his movies, even though I've watched most of them like 20 times each at this point. He just has a very unique voice, and for me, it's the best voice.
My favorite director is Scorsese. I think he again has that unique voice. This dude is, where some directors, Steven Spielberg, I love him to death, but he's doing fucking old folk home movies, and Scorsese saying, "Nah, dude, I'm gonna push out punk rock with The Irishman, Wolf of Wall Street," and then he does those silent ones like Silence, and this next western he's doing seems like it's just gonna be kicking ass. Scorsese's my favorite director of all time, but if I'm going with someone who's recent, I'm not gonna take Nolan because Nolan would be the other one. It would be either Tarantino or Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah, my runner-ups would be Denis Villeneuve and Damien Chazelle, but Damien
Okay.
Chazelle only has 3 movies that I
Well,
adore.
have you seen the fourth one? His very very first one.
What's the name? The one in the bench in the
Yeah.
garden. I'm forgetting the name of it, but I have seen it. I've seen
Oh,
it once
okay.
a long time ago, but I've
I
seen it.
just I just finished the Eddie, the one that the
I
Netflix series
saw
that he
you,
directed.
son of a bitch.
He directed the first 2 episodes, and those
Okay.
were probably the best 2 episodes.
Okay, but he
Directing wise,
created it too. He created it too, right?
he's a producer, but
Oh, he's a
he didn't create it.
producer. Okay, okay.
I'll say this though, he is creating a show for Apple TV. I will say this about the Eddie. I liked it overall. I really liked it. Episodes 3, 4, and 5 though get super clunky.
Okay.
So let me put it this way: do you like Fences?
I really liked Fences.
I think you're gonna love the Eddie then,
Okay.
because I think it's imagine if Damien Chazelle made Fences with jazz music,
Okay, cool. Like
because
the
it's filmed like that. It films
Mhm,
like a Broadway play. Like a lot of things are one take shots of the camera going
mhm.
back and forth. It's not cut up.
Okay. I
So
will say this though, Fences, if it wasn't for the performances, the story is really good. But if it wasn't for the performances taking it to that next level, I probably would have just liked it.
okay, well I hate the fucking movie. So I legitimately fucking hate that fucking movie. I saw
All right.
Passengers and Fences back to back, and I loved Passengers way more than Fences.
Wow.
I saw Fences first, thought it was fucking horrendous. Went and saw Passengers right after and said, I fucking so much better. So much better.
I like Passengers. I don't
Eh,
get the
dude,
hate.
the original ending's better though. I wish they would have kept it. The original ending
Yes,
script
I
is better.
agree.
Um,
Uh,
the next question:
oh,
which
go.
actor actress were the best of the past decade?
You want me to start?
Yeah, I mean I have two, but yeah, you start, man.
Okay, so let me just preface my choices with saying how did I choose them? I didn't go with the best movies overall. I went to
Mhm.
how different the performances were and how different the characters themselves were
Yep.
and the different types of movies that they chose. I didn't go with everyone doing the same
Yep.
type of drama yet again. So I have a runner up for actor and I have a runner up for actress. The runner up
All
for
right.
actor is Tom Hardy. He was really close to being my choice. But then there was this gentleman by the name of Ryan Gosling. And in the past decade, he had Blue Valentine, All Good Things, Crazy Stupid Love, Drive, The Ides of March, The Place Beyond the Pines, Gangster Squad, another movie everyone else hates, but I don't, Only God Forgives, Lost River, which was his directorial and writing debut, and it's really good. The Big Short, The Nice Guys, La La Land, Song to Song happened, but let's forget about that. Um, Blade Runner 2049 and First Man, and that's my actor for who had the best decade.
Actress wise for me, I think earlier in the decade I would have said Jennifer Lawrence. I think she was fucking killing it and destroying it.
She crossed my mind
Back
too.
half though, so I think she's more my runner up personally. And if Florence Pugh just had a couple more, I probably would have said her, man.
Yeah.
But I gotta go. There's two in mind, and it's either the ones I have written down is Charlize Theron, who I
Mhm.
think just killed it, or Natalie Portman. I think Natalie Portman
Okay.
had a great whole entire thing, but Emma Stone could be up there. But again, she didn't have that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like same
yeah,
with
yeah.
Nicole Kidman. Like it seems like they started coming. Like Emma Stone was earlier, and then Nicole Kidman was like later.
Mhm.
Actor wise, though, I'd probably go DiCaprio. I think
Okay.
DiCaprio fucking destroyed it. As a runner up, though, I'd probably say Gosling or Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, Jack.
Even though,
Jake.
even though, even though I think Phoenix is still the best working actor today, I still think
Okay.
Phoenix is the best working actor today. But yeah, those
Okay.
would be my answers for the past decade.
For me, actress, my runner-up was Jessica Chastain.
That's
She
a good
was
one.
really close to being my number one, but my number one might surprise you. Scarlett Johansson.
Don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Iron Man 2, We Bought a Zoo, The Avengers,
We Bought
Hitchcock.
a Zoo is so underrated.
Yes. And Hitchcock as well. Everyone forgot about Hitchcock. Hitchcock is really good. Don John, Under the Skin, Her, Chef. Lucy was not the best movie, but she was fucking incredible in it.
Ghost in the
Winter,
Shell. Ghost in the Shell.
yes, yes. Winter Soldier, Age of Ultron, Civil War, Hail Caesar happened. She was great in it. The Jungle Book, she doesn't
I
have a
like
great
Hail
part,
Caesar.
but Sing was awful, so let's forget about that one. Ghost in the Shell is fucking awesome. Rough Night is underrated. It's better than Girl Strip or whatever the name of the other one was.
You know, okay, wait. Stop the fuck right there. I love Rough Night, but I
Okay.
also love Girl Strip. Continue.
Okay. I didn't care for Girl Strip. I don't think it's awful, but that's not the point. Okay, so Rough Night, Isle of Dogs, Infinity War. She's in Captain Marvel? Okay.
Yeah.
Post scene. Endgame, Marriage Story, and Jojo Rabbit. So she literally entered into the biggest franchise in the world right now, and she finished the decade in two of the best movies of the decade.
Can I say? She should
Go
have
ahead.
won for Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, I agree.
Who won that year? Won for best supporting?
Renee Zellweger.
Oh. No,
she
that was
was
best
great.
actress. That was best actress. I'm talking supporting though, because she
Oh,
also got who won best supporting?
Laura Dern. I think Laura Dern should have won for supporting. I think Scarlett should have won for Marriage Story.
Nah, I hated Laura Dern in Marriage Story. She
Really?
was so much better than Little. Dude, I fucking
Oh my
hated
god.
her. I have a love-hate relationship with Marriage Story. So
Okay.
let's get to the next question. Anthony DeJoya, however, sorry, Anthony, I'm so bad with fucking names. Thoughts on streaming only films being considered for Oscar contention during the pandemic? To make this one fast, I like it. Makes sense. Extraction could be nominated for Best Picture. So could The Wrong Missing.
I haven't seen that one, but I like it. I'm not bothered, and I think it's really only for this year, at least for now. But since Anthony brought it up, I have to correct myself from last week's episode, Zach, because apparently the sound categories being joined together, it was a decision of the members.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Apparently they went to the Oscars.
So I have a feeling then they're still going to do the 4. I think 4 people win then. I think 4 people win then.
Probably.
So I actually really like that. No stunt category though. No stunt categories. Do you want to take Samuel's questions?
Yeah, Samuel World writes, any classic movies you guys still haven't seen? Oh, I have so many answers for this.
You go, because I think I've seen a lot through like the classes I've taken.
Okay. I'm going to tell you one, and you're going to be super mad at me. The other day I mentioned I haven't seen the third Back to the Future ever. I've seen the first two. I have never seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Come back. Lay it on me, Zach. Lay it on me.
Just go forward. Just go. Just keep naming some.
I have never.
Is it not on Netflix out there for you?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Okay, well you have a VPN, so we'll look it up. It's on fucking Netflix for America. So
okay. I have never seen Tootsie. I have never seen. I have never seen Coming to America.
I never have either.
Okay.
Oh. I plan on watching it this year though.
I've never seen. I saw the original Evil Dead, but I've never seen any of the sequels. I saw the remake. That's it. I have never seen Neverending Story. I have never seen that TV movie that plays over there all the time. Christmas Story.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that one was never big outside, and that's the only reason I've never seen it. What else have I never seen?
Does Black Swan count? I mean, is that a classic? I've never seen that.
Not quite, but not a classic. But it's a big movie that you haven't seen, so it's worth mentioning.
I'm really excited to do this. So I want to start a series called First Time Watches.
Yeah.
Where I take someone, and I think I've talked about it before. I want you for Ferris Bueller. I want you for Ferris Bueller. So do not watch it yet. Do not watch it until I start the series. Okay. because I think I might have you be the first one. Because pretty much what we'll do is we'll record, we'll get your reaction for it. You go watch it, I go watch it, then we kind of do a little review for it. So, all right, cool. Because I'm doing Black Swan for me, so I'm like
Yeah.
really excited. I think that's the first one I'm probably gonna do for it. But yeah, I mean, I've never seen Coming to America. That's one I'm really excited to watch. So yeah, cool. I mean, I'm only mad at you for Ferris, really, but I'm also jealous that you get this experience for the first time. I'm curious how you will like it because I feel like that's a very American movie. It's a very
Okay.
American movie. So,
I like
mm,
Easy Rider. That's also very
oh,
American.
okay. Do you like John Hughes films in general though?
Breakfast Club is the best teen movie of all time, dude.
So I think you'll love it then. What's
Okay.
funny though? My favorite John Hughes film besides Ferris is Weird Science.
I've never seen that one. I've
I
heard of
love it.
it, but
I
I've
think
never
it's his
seen.
most underrated movie.
Okay.
Oh, you know what I haven't seen? Plane, Trains, and Automobiles.
I've never seen that one either.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so good. We're on the same thing. Samuel
Uh,
One World also asked favorite one and done films.
La La Land,
Inception. Is that a one and done?
Inception.
Okay.
Maybe it
Mad
is.
Max.
We'll
Mad Max
when
Fury
Tenet
Road
comes
right
out.
now. Mad Max Fury Road right
Okay.
now. I guess.
John Carter shouldn't have been a one and done, but it is.
Yeah.
So it's one of my. Real still is underrated. Ghost in the
Yeah.
Shell should have had a sequel, but it didn't.
This is the end, and Tropic Thunder should have had sequels or spin-offs or something.
I agree with Tropic Thunder. Not sure about This Is the End, but
Dude,
I
think
love.
about no. Did you ever hear the original concept they had for the sequel? I fucking loved it.
I don't
It was
think.
gonna be called "This Is Really the End," and it's them leaving the movie premiere of "This Is the End," and it was gonna be Jonah Hill, Jay Baruchel, and a different group of cast surrounding them, and then the apocalypse happens again.
Oh my god.
So that's
I would love
yeah,
to see that.
yeah. So that's why I wanted that. Yeah, and then movies that had the most wasted potential:
Suicide
Fantastic Four,
Squad,
Suicide
Fantastic
Squad.
Four, Justice League. Uh, I don't want to fall all over DC on this one. I don't
Uh,
mean to make that. Uh,
Daredevil, Ben Affleck.
yes, I agree.
Uh, yeah, I would probably say Elektra with Jennifer
Elektra.
Gardner.
Hmm.
Um, X-Men Dark Phoenix, X-Men Apocalypse. I know you like Apocalypse, but I think it should have been so
Yes,
much
but I
better.
don't think it's awesome
X-Men
or
3: The
anything.
Last Stand, X-Men
Yes.
Wolverine Origins,
Uh,
Deadpool 2. I mean, I like it, but I think there was
okay.
wasted potential in there. So yeah. Oh, Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man
Amazing
3.
Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, I like
Yes.
those, but still. And then Katia Neto, is that how you say it?
Katia Neto. Yeah.
Katia Neto. What are your thoughts on the Academy Awards new eligible? We kind of already discussed this. We're
Yes.
fans. We're fans of it.
Hmm.
And then, do you want to take the last one?
Yeah. What movies are you excited to watch in 2021, and which ones were you sad that you didn't or won't get to watch this year? For
Oh,
me, it's easy. Eternals.
yeah. Eternals was number 3 for
Yeah.
me this
Because
year.
at least for now, we still have Tenet this year. We still have
We
Dune
still have
this
Dune.
year. We
If
still
Dune
have
gets
Black
pushed
Widow
back,
this
if Dune gets pushed back, that's probably going to be it. The other one for me that's probably going to get pushed back that they haven't discussed yet is King Kong versus Godzilla.
year.
I'm really excited for that because I just like seeing monsters beat the shit out of each other personally.
Yeah.
So movies for next year, Batman.
Batman
If
100%.
I could only see one movie next year, it's Batman.
Yeah. Oh, then again. No, I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm good with that
I mean,
decision.
like, I really want to see Spider-Man 3, but like, if I can only see one movie next year, it's Batman.
Yeah, I'm
Or
going.
or Damien
Going.
Chazelle's Babylon. That's fucking something.
That's coming out next year already?
Yeah, next fall.
Oh, I'm seeing two movies. I can choose one then. Fuck it.
That would be
Um,
it. But that looks to be it for
yeah.
questions. So Ren, I have a question for you.
All right. Hit me.
I Am Legend or Hancock?
I Am Legend with the alternative ending.
Okay. And then last question I want to ask you is what is your Pirates of the Caribbean ranking? Since it seems like a lot of people are asking that.
Okay. 1, 5, 3, 2, 4.
Mine is 3, 2, 1, 5,
Okay.
4.
Oh wow. I think you're the first person I know who hasn't ranked the first one in first place.
So let me put in the context real fast before we end this. I love the first one. The reason it's
Okay.
so low for me though is because I watched that movie every day it came out on DVD. Every day. So I got sick of the movie technically,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. Like I got
Yeah.
sick watching it. So I think now that I haven't seen it for probably 10 years or so, I'd probably like it a lot more. That's
Mhm.
kind of why it's there right now.
Okay. And we're at the end of our episode. We answered all the questions. Again, thank you everyone who sent in questions. They were awesome. They were a lot of fun. Zach is gonna make me watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off now for his series, so I have a great excuse to finally watch it. We talked some movies, talked some shows, talked some video games. We did reviews
Got
and
naked.
got naked from the waist down. Uh, we talked about Spunk, which was a dream of mine to talk about on the podcast.
Yeah.
So here's to making dreams come true. Once more, Zach, thank you for being here with me, for joining me yet in another week. And I'll see you in about a week's time and talk to
Hell
you
yeah.
every day until then. Where can the people find you online?
My name is Zach Pope, so just type that in on Google and you'll find my YouTube, my Instagram, my Twitter, everything you ever want to do. And thank you again, Ren. This was a great show. I think we knighted almost every single thing we talked about except
Yes.
Spunk.
Yes, except Spunk. And I'm still indecisive on Ironheart for now.
Yeah. I'm down.
Uh,
Down for it.
Yeah, and you guys can find me everywhere at Ren Geekness, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And of course, like us on iTunes and on Spotify. Is it like on iTunes and Spotify?
Yes, it's
Okay.
still on there. I need to update the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
This episode might have an issue going up, but we'll figure it out
Okay.
because of the length. But we'll see.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then let's finish it off. Again, thank you all for joining us, and let us know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube who we should have in next week's episode. I have some ideas just in case you guys don't say anything in the comments. But thank you so much for joining us once more, and until next week, love each other and love the movies.